So I just got a fixed blade for EDC, not this one, these guys. We're gonna talk about these today. I got two fixed blades and I was wondering, is it better to have a fixed blade or a folding knife for EDC? What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MF Research, and today I've got a small fixed blade and I've got a small folding knife, and I'm trying to figure out which one is best for EDC. We've got, to represent the fixed blade, we've got the Marmoset by Vosteed, and to represent the folder, we've got the Parakeet by Kizer, both two relatively small knives, and we're going to take a look at those. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over each knife individually, then talk about fixed blades versus folders as a concept, and then look at the two knives individually and tell you what I think of each one, let you know which knife I think is going to be added to my EDC going forward. One thing I'm not going to do is try to convince you to carry a knife, because if you're watching this video, you probably got a knife or 2 or 5 already. So now let's take a look at the fixed blade concept versus the folding knife concept and see which one is better for EDC. So first up, to represent the fixed blades, we've got the Vosteed Marmoset. It's a 2.2-inch blade. It comes in at 5.31 total length. It weighs about 4.8 ounces. It's a 14C28N and it's a cleaver, and it's got a full tang. It's got green micarta handles. It's got jimping right here at the back, and it's got full jimping along the spine right there. It's got a nice finger choil right there. It's got a lanyard loop right there. Micarta handles, if I didn't mention that already. The clip system is called the SOAR system, Secure Omni Adjustable Rotation. And what that just means is it rotates and locks in 360 degrees. Sorry if that's loud. This is great for carrying on your bag, on your hip. You can carry this on a belt loop. You can carry it on your basketball shorts or sweatpants, and it's gonna hold no problem. But it does add a little bulk, seeing how far it comes off of the blade itself, looking at it in relation to the sheath. I may put the lanyard on it later, but for using it, the 3-finger grip is fine for me. I don't mind it too much, but I may change my mind in the future. It comes in black with a black blade. It comes in green that you see here with the green blade. And then there's a blue that I saw online, but I didn't see that on Amazon. We talked about the finger choil and the 3-finger grip and the jimping and all that good stuff. And at the time of filming, this guy comes in at right around 60 bucks. To represent the folder, we've got the Kizer Parakeet, and it's a 2.46-inch blade. It's got a 5.8-inch length when you have it open. It's 2.58 ounces, and it comes in like 6 or so different colors with different blade types and different configurations. It's got, I guess they call this the black micarta. It's got a nitro V steel. Getting all my knife turns right. Fuller right there. If that's called something else, let me know. Some of them have a hole right here instead. It just depends on which one you pick. It's a button liner lock, and it's got thumb studs. I really like those. Real easy to get to. You can spidey flick if you want to do that kind of thing. And the thumb stud is pretty prominent. There's jimping on this guy as well, but there's only just jimping right there. And then there's a finger choil right there as well. And at the time of recording, this guy is 56 bucks, but depending on some of the other combinations, you can get it for 65, so it's a little bit higher based on what you want. So now let's talk about fixed blades versus folders and just talk about them as concept. As far as deployment goes, when you got a fixed blade, if it's clipped to your hip or something like that, it's bam and you're out and ready to roll. So it is definitely faster than, hey, let's get this out your pocket. I'll do it this way on the right hand. Get it out your pocket, deploy it, and if you're nervous or something like that's going on and you don't have a solid deployment, you might mess that up. But this one, you're gonna deploy it quickly every time as a fixed blade. The durability of the full tang blade, I feel like this will handle a little more abuse than this one. Not like you're going to be handling a lot of stuff with this little bitty blade, but it seems a little more sturdy than this one, and you have a lot less to worry about as far as maintaining. You just keep it sharp and you're good to go. This one, you have to keep it sharp, and you also have to clean out the mechanisms in here. I've got to go in here because of my beach trip. I did take this with me to the beach, and see if we can get in there real quick. Got to get some of that sand out of here. So that's something you got to keep in mind as well. Keeping these mechanisms lubed and clean and all that stuff. Where this one, you just keep it sharp and keep it going. So talking about the clipping mechanism, this one has the SOAR sheath. which you can wear it in any position, which is kind of cool, but it is bulky compared to this reversible pocket clip. This guy's nice and tiny. It'll fit in your pocket, no problem. So it's nice and low profile. If size matters and you want something smaller, you go with this guy. But if you want the versatility of positioning, this is the way you go. And then one thing to keep in mind, this one is a smaller blade when you look at the measurements. Even though the sheath makes it bigger, you're dealing with more weight on this guy. So that's something you have to factor in too, if you don't mind that extra weight when compared to the folder. Now, let's look at these two knives in particular and how they compare for my needs. So let's take this guy out the sheath, and then let's open this guy up and let's look at them together. So first of all, just out the box and using them, I like the ergos on this guy so much better. To me, I like the jimping all the way up the spine since it's a shorter blade. If you want to reach way up here for something, you can do that. I don't mind that it's a 3-finger grip. It feels nice and comfortable. The finger choil is nice and solid. I can get right in there and it's pretty comfortable. This one has a lot of that same stuff, but the jimping isn't as pronounced. You almost don't notice it if you're not paying attention. And while there is a finger choil, it doesn't, to me, kind of lock your hand in there like this one does, especially given that it's such a smaller size. I really like the size on this one and the fact that it just disappears in your pocket or your sling, wherever you're carrying this guy. You're gonna know you have all this versus this little guy right here when you need to make some space or you don't have enough room for a whole bunch of stuff. I think the Marmoset looks a little bit better to me. I think it feels a little more solid to me and can handle a little bit more of abuse. One thing, and I might have to look at it again, but I am gonna change this clip pretty much as soon as this video is over. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to hurry up and get this guy done, because I like to review stuff in its stock form to let you know what it's like out the box without making any changes. There may be a few exceptions to that, but because they advertised this as a feature, I thought I'd talk about the soar feature as well and tell you what I like about it. I like it, the adjustability of it. I just don't like the bulk, and that's my challenge with that. And the other thing about a folding knife is if you like the fidgetability of a knife, that's something you can use as well. If you fidget with your knives, this one's perfect for that, and it's not too big. Given the size of both knives, I don't think you're gonna have any problems if you pull them out in a public setting. I don't think you're gonna be too intimidating trying to use your knife to cut something open if you have one of these little guys. So I don't think that's gonna be an issue for you. So now that we've looked at the knives, talked about the knives, broke them down, I'm gonna be honest with you, I like the fixed blade Marmoset way better than the Parakeet. I like them both, but this is my favorite right here. But sometimes what I'll find is even though I like something more, something better fits my needs. So this guy is going to fit my needs for my smaller, we'll call it micro EDC. I got a video on that coming later, but I'm not gonna neglect the Marmoset. I do like it. What I think I'm gonna do is in the future, I'm gonna upgrade my Damn It pouch. If you haven't seen that video, take a look at that to kind of get some homework in. Talk about that in a few weeks for what we're gonna do with this one going forward. So that's the fixed blade, that's the folder. I like them both. In this particular case, I like the fixed blade a little bit better. I think both of them work. You just have to be mindful of the situation. In a micro application, this one's gonna work a little bit better because it disappears in my pocket. In day-to-day around the house, this one's gonna work a little bit better. So with that in mind, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm Lamar with MFN Research. There's gonna be some videos on the screen. Take a look at those. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.